A ruthless trafficker snatched the 9-year-old daughter of a one-percenter, never realizing the man he crossed was Jack's gravedigger Harlan, president of the Iron Reapers MC, a club with a reputation that made even cartel bosses check under their beds at night. The call came while Jax was elbow-deep in a custom chopper build. His ex, Sarah, was hysterical. Emma didn't get off the bus. The driver swears she did, but she never made it across the street. Jax's vision tunneled. In their sleepy cul-de-sac, the walk from the stop to Sarah's front door was barely 200 yards. He was already moving. By the time he hit the neighborhood, 30 Harleys thundered behind him like a storm front. They found Emma's pink backpack half hidden in the hedge. Her stuffed wolf, Luna, the one ear chewed off from years of love, was gone. Jax had sewn a tiny GPS beacon into the lining the day he gave it to her. Just in case, he'd told Sarah. She'd called him paranoid. The dot was moving fast, 70 miles north on the old river road, deep in territory claimed by Victor El Cuervo Salazar, the man who'd been trying to turn Jax's garage into a heroin pipeline. Jax had answered that proposal by breaking Victor's nose and 3 of his fingers. Apparently, Victor wanted interest on the debt. Snake, the Reaper's tech-savvy sergeant-at-arms, tracked the signal. He's not even trying to hide it. That's either arrogance or bait. Both, Jax said, and we're biting. Victor picked up on the second ring, voice smooth as oil. You lose something small and blonde, Reaper. Touch one hair on her head and I'll feed you your own spine. Laughter crackled through the speaker. Then bring me 200 grand and the deed to that pretty shop of yours. Midnight. The old cannery on Pier 19. Come alone. Jax killed the call and looked at his brothers. Midnight it is. They scouted both locations. The cannery was crawling with 20 of Victor's mercenaries, South African guns for hire, wearing plate carriers and bad attitudes. But the wolf's tracker blinked steadily 5 miles inland, inside a derelict cold storage plant surrounded by chain link and razor wire. That's when a black Charger rolled up to the Reaper's clubhouse, a lone man climbing out with his hands raised. Detective Ryan Callahan, the same cop who'd once tried to pin 3 bodies on the club. Every pistol in the yard swung toward him. I'm not wearing a wire, Callahan said, tossing his badge onto the oil-stained concrete. Victor murdered my little sister 10 years ago, sold her south. They found parts of her in a barrel outside Tijuana. His voice cracked only once. I've been waiting for someone crazy enough to actually end him. He slid a flash drive across the table. Blueprints, guard rotations, and worst of all, live feeds from inside the cold storage plant. 15 kids in a refrigerated room, blue-lipped and terrified. Emma sat in the corner clutching Luna, whispering to the smaller ones that her daddy was coming. The Reapers didn't cheer. They went quiet the way men do when murder. The plan was simple. Give Victor the show he wanted while the real war happened somewhere else. At 11:58 p.m., Jax rode alone into the floodlit cannery yard, leather cut flapping, hands empty and visible. Victor waited on a catwalk above, flanked by his mercenaries, grinning like he'd already spent the ransom. Where's my daughter? Jax called. Safe, for now. Victor spread his arms. Money first. Jax smiled for the first time all day. I brought something better. The night detonated. Engines roared from every direction. Not 30 bikes, not 100, but close to 300 riders from every patch in the western half of the country. Word had spread fast on encrypted channels. Kids in cages. No club stayed home. At the cold storage plant 5 miles away, breacher charges blew the gates. Reapers and their allies poured in like righteous fire. The guards barely had time to scream. Inside the freezer room, the temperature was 34 degrees, but the kids said later they'd never felt warmer than when those big scary men in denim and leather cut them free and wrapped them in jackets that smelled like gasoline and safety. Back at the cannery, Victor tried to run. Jax tackled him off the catwalk. They landed hard among broken pallets and rust. "Mercy," Victor gasped, blood on his teeth. "I'll give you everything." Jax dragged him into the darkness between shipping containers. The screaming started a minute later. It didn't stop for a very long time. When the sun came up, state police found 15 rescued children wrapped in blankets, 30 mercenaries zip-tied and gift-wrapped, and Victor Salazar alive, technically, begging through a ruined mouth to be taken into custody. He confessed to everything: names, routes, bank accounts, graves. Detectives stopped writing after the third hour because their pens ran out of ink. Victor drew life in a supermax, no parole. Word travels fast in prison. Child traffickers don't last. He survived 11 days before a lifer with granddaughters on the outside introduced Victor's face to a makeshift shank made from a melted-down toothbrush. They kept him alive afterward. Barely. Every year on Emma's birthday, an unmarked envelope arrives at his cell, a new photo of her, taller, smiling, surrounded by leather-clad uncles who would burn the world down for her. No return address. Same 3 words written on the back. Still breathing? Emma still sleeps with Luna every night. The tracker is still inside, but Jax added something new, a tiny panic button sewn under the tail. Sarah argued it wasn't necessary anymore. Jax just kissed his daughter's forehead and said, "Humor your old man." The cold storage plant was razed. In its place, the Reapers built a park. Swings, a splash pad, a stone wolf statue with one chewed ear. There's a bronze plaque that reads, "For the ones we got back, and the ones we didn't." Iron Reapers, MC, no dealer has tried to move product through their county since. They say if you ride past the park late at night, you can still hear engines idling in the dark. Just watching. Just in case.